I'd love to somatically demonstrate for you why mastering the art of emotional attunement and expanding our capacity to feel uncomfortable emotions is so important. And I'm going to do this with my Tibetan bowl. So imagine this bowl is you. The frequency and the sound that comes out of it is the charge within the nervous system when an emotion is felt. And have you ever noticed how we can feel the perceived positive emotions and we can allow them to actually allow that charge to move through our system? Where the uncomfortable ones, if we haven't mastered the skill, how we automatically have these conscious or unconscious avoidance tactics as a form of protection, of course, but it's actually having the opposite effect, and I'll demonstrate why. So, bowl, you. Frequency, sound, the emotion, the charge felt in the nervous system. When I strike it is the external trigger. So I want you to imagine that this first example is an emotion that is been allowed and been given permission to be felt at its full capacity. Means it has that moment of completion and it has integration. Yeah. Even invitation, if you like to actually feel the vibration in your body, closing down the eyes, maybe even placing one hand on your chest and one on your belly, and really tune into what this feels like within the body. So here we go. External trigger comes. So that was felt to its full capacity. It was allowed to complete. It was allowed to ring through the uncomfortable pause. And it had a sense of completion. Now, the second example, and if there's any sound therapists tuning into this at the moment, you're not going to like the sounds that I'm just about to make with my bowl. And don't worry, I'll apologize to the bowl afterwards. But this is an example of when we have consciously or unconsciously, as a form of protection, not shaming this process, have avoided an uncomfortable emotion. I'll allow you to feel it somatically first, and then I'll explain a little bit more behind this. So closing down the eyes, feeling the body, acknowledging that this isn't going to sound very nice. So each time I strike the bowl, that's the external trigger. And the frequency is the emotion. So that's an example of an uncomfortable emotion that we have avoided or suppressed. It'll keep coming back louder and louder and louder and more intense until there is a break, until we create the ability to actually sit and be with it and allow that to be processed in our system. it's one of the most valuable life skills that we can learn, is to expand our capacity for the complexities of our emotional world. It's not the emotions, it's not the feelings that are the problem, it's our resistance to them and the avoidance tactics that we can also use. But we, of course, emotional safety as well. We need to ensure that we have the capacity to actually process them. Do we have a safe space, a guide, the tools, the resources in order to explore our emotional world so that they can have that permission to actually complete and integrate? It's an important skill to learn.